You know that specific feeling you get when you play Persona 5? Or when you look at the impossible poses in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It's called style. It's not just about high-budget animation. It's about a visual identity so strong you can recognize it from a single frame, even without context. In 2025, Studio Bones delivered an anime that captures that exact feeling, Gachiakuta, a story about fashionable trash living in a literal wasteland. Just look at the character designs, the oversized shoes, the punk clothing covered in belts and zippers, the heavy, rough line work that looks like it was drawn with a marker. It looks like a street graffiti painting came to life. This isn't a coincidence. The anime actually credits a specific graffiti artist, Hideyoshi Ando, to just design the tags and logos you see in the background. But the real DNA of this style comes from the author, Kei Urana. She was the top assistant to Atsushi Okubo, the creator of Soul Eater and Fire Force. You can see the legacy immediately. The wide-angle lens shots, fisheye effect, the manic, insane expressions, the jagged, shark-like teeth. Okubo himself called Urana his successor. And Studio Bones, the studio that animated Soul Eater almost 20 years ago, was the only logical choice to bring this new vision to life. The setting of Gachiakuta is a masterclass in show, don't tell. The world is split vertically into three parts. At the top, there is the sphere, or heaven, a sterile, clean utopia where the rich live. It looks like a paradise from BioShock Infinity, but like any dystopia, this cleanliness is built on a lie. They maintain this purity by throwing everything they dislike into the abyss below. They don't just throw away garbage. They throw away criminals. They throw away people they deem trash. Our protagonist, Rudo, starts as a tribal, a descendant of these criminals living on the edge. When he is falsely accused of murder and thrown into the abyss in episode 1, the anime uses a brilliant visual trick. The colors invert, the screen distorts. It conveys the sheer terror of falling from heaven to hell. But then, he crosses the border. This is the most terrifying part of the lore. Between the heaven and the surface, there is a thick layer of clouds inhabited by a colossal entity, a monster that prevents anyone from climbing back up. It triggers a primal fear like thalassophobia, the fear of the deep ocean. And when Rudo lands, he finds that the abyss isn't a dungeon, it's the surface. It's the Earth itself. Humanity has polluted the planet so much, they decided to live in the sky and treat the ground as a trash can. Most shonen anime have power systems based on energy, chakra, ki, nen. Gachiakuta's system is based on emotion and memory. It's called Jinki. The concept is rooted in Animism, the ancient belief that objects have souls. In this world, if you cherish an object, if you treat it with love and care for it for years, it develops a soul. And a giver is a person who can draw out that power. Rudo's weapon isn't a legendary sword found in a stone, it's a pair of gloves given to him by his foster father, Regto. He wore them to hide his scars. He cherished them. He never took them off. That love turned a piece of fabric into a weapon capable of destroying monsters. This philosophy flips the script on the rich versus poor theme. In the sphere, the rich throw away things the moment they break. They have no connection to their items. In the abyss, trash is treasure. Because people have to rely on these scraps to survive, they build stronger bonds with them. The stronger your connection to your trash, the stronger you are. Rudo isn't just fighting with magic, he's fighting with memories. This system allows for incredible creativity. One character uses a pair of scissors, another uses an umbrella. It forces the author to be inventive, creating fights that are more like puzzles than just power level contests. Let's talk about the supporting cast, the cleaners. Studio Bones gives each of them a distinct animation style that reflects their personality. First, there's Engine, the leader. He uses an umbrella called Umbreaker. His style is relaxed, almost lazy. He smokes while fighting. He uses the umbrella as a shield, a drill, and a spear. He represents experience. He doesn't waste movement. Then there is Riyo. She wields giant scissors. Her animation is chaotic. She attaches the scissors to her legs and swings them using centrifugal force, like a deadly fidget spinner. Her backstory is dark. She was raised as an assassin. Her movement is erratic and acrobatic, reflecting her unpredictable, slightly unhinged personality. And finally, Zanka. He uses a staff. Visually, he's the opposite of Rudo. Rudo is a genius who figures things out by instinct. Zanka is a hard worker. He has no natural talent. Every move he makes is the result of thousands of hours of practice. His animation is rigid, disciplined, and precise. When he fights, you can feel the weight distribution and the martial arts technique. In our high-resolution footage, you can see that Bones didn't use CGI for the Jinki weapons. They are hand-drawn. It adds a physical weight to the combat that is missing in many modern anime. A great shonen needs great villains. Enter the Vandals. While the cleaners try to maintain order, the Vandals want to destroy the sphere. Their design is pure Borderlands chaos. They are freaks, outcasts, and psychopaths. Take Jabber, for example. He looks like he walked out of Street Fighter. He's a battle maniac who enjoys pain. His Jinki turns into poisoned claws. His fight with Rudo is the first time we see the true speed of the series. The animation ramps up, the camera angles become extreme. It's a clash of ideals. Rudo fights to protect. Jabber fights for the thrill. This faction proves that the Jinki system isn't inherently good. Just because you cherish an object doesn't mean you're a good person. You can cherish a knife because you love killing, and that object will respond to your darkness. Gachiakuta might not have the massive marketing budget of Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, but visually, it stands at the top. It combines the grit of Borderlands with the style of Soul Eater and the world building of Made in Abyss. It turns the ugliest thing in the world, trash, into something beautiful. Whether you watch it for the deep lore, the class warfare commentary, or just for the insane Sakuga action provided by Studio Bones, this series deserves your attention. It proves that 2D animation is still evolving, finding new ways to be stylish and gritty at the same time. What is your favorite Jinki design in the show? And do you think Rudo will ever reach the sphere? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into anime lore.